Hello, this is Wildchild with United Anarchy, and I'm just here to walk you through real quick our kill for normal Garrosh. So as you can see, we use the stack method. We put everybody from our ranged to our melee stacked up on Garrosh at the beginning. As the adds come in and he drops his first desecrate, everybody switches to the weapon immediately and downs the weapon quickly. That way we're not standing in it for too long and we're not taking a lot of damage. This goes forward for a few rounds and then we move on to the next phase. During these weapon drops, things to remember from a DPS perspective: make sure you're focusing on Garrosh till the adds come in. Make sure you're getting the adds down just a little bit so that when they're hit by the massive explosion there, that we're taking them down the rest of the way. Help out healers so that you're not taking too much damage here, and make sure you change to the weapon immediately. This case, it was up a little bit longer than I would have liked, so make sure you switch to that as soon as possible. As you can see here, he's going into his phase 2. It's very important that you down the adds quickly. We did not down the adds fast enough on this case, and we end up getting another Iron Star. So make sure you definitely get those adds down quickly before you focus on the boss again. We also use a one tank method, which means when we go up for the next phase, we only have one tank to work with. In this case, we got lucky and we've got one that works really well with just one tank. Move through the adds quickly. If we get the one where it splits us up into the group, we always go left first and down the first add, then move quickly over to the right add so that we can come back down and work on Garrosh. In this case, we just went through quickly and cleared out the adds so that we could get to Garrosh and continue forward. Now we have enough DPS to do this. If you have a group that doesn't have a lot of DPS and is still gearing, you might want to focus on doing the 2 tank method just in case you end up getting the phase where you have to split up and down the adds together. When you're moving through this phase, make sure you're standing out of the purple stuff and use any cookies if possible to help your healers out. You should have gotten a shield as you worked your way up through, but not everyone gets a shield sometimes, so definitely help your healers out. When we come down for this phase, we stack on the green to begin with. Every ranged person stands on the orange dot. The goal here is to follow the orange dot, and that's our stack point. As the weapon drops, we move to the edge of the weapon for the desecration. We also are able to get the MCs down quickly because we're stacked up together. Melee stays on the boss and with the tanks until this desecration. Whirling Corruption. During the Whirling Corruption, the melee runs to the green circle so that they can get additional heals and they're not taking too much damage from the Whirling Corruption. We go into our next desecration, move to the edge of that, and we make sure that we're dropping them consecutively next to each other. Our ranged DPS throws out a couple of dots to get rid of the weapon, not completely, but to shrink it down so that we have room to drop additional weapons as we go. As you can see, the orange dot moves over to compensate for the fact that the weapon is shrinking. We have another Whirling Corruption, and the melee runs into the green group to be able to get heals. This is where this can go horribly wrong sometimes. If they're not fast enough on getting back, they get hit with the weapon. So in this case, we had to run out of the way and focus down the weapon quickly because we do not want a weapon down in the middle of the room for when he transitions into phase 3. Our group did really good this week on getting the MCs down quickly. It's very important when your group is MC'd that you're interrupting or stunning them. The interrupt allows them not to cast on any more people in your group. That way you don't end up with additional MCs. If you don't interrupt that cast and you get 3 or 4 people MC'd, it's pretty much a wipe. Here he's transitioning into the 3rd phase. Because we were able to down him quickly with 1 tank and 2 heals, we did not have any of the empowered Whirling Corruption, which is where you see a lot of your problems. During this phase we stack as a group on top of Garrosh. We popped Hero as soon as he started to transition into phase 3. You can get him down pretty far just by popping Hero and burning on that phase. As soon as the first desecrated weapon goes out, we make sure that we call out where it is that we're moving to. So we move together as a group and we are able to take care of MCs quickly. Right after MCs are complete, we spread out for the first empowered Whirling Corruption. Here the ads pop out of the swirling purple on the ground. You want to ignore the ads and continue on the boss. Once the ads pop out of the ground, we move back to the boss and then adjust your positioning according to wherever the weapon has dropped. At this point, it's just it's a kill. Yeah. Congratulations everybody, collect your loot.